Mi nombre es Gisela Monroy, soy una beneficiada de Fundación PepsiCo. Digo, echándole ganas con todos estos apoyos que nos han dado, trabajándolos, pues sí se puede. Yo agradezco mucho que la gente de PepsiCo done y ha cambiado mi vida porque tenemos más facilidades nosotros.
As one of the largest food and beverage companies in the United States, we at PepsiCo believe we have an important role to play in helping to advance social and economic opportunities in those communities where we live and work.
It's a mobile classroom, and it teaches students all across Los Angeles about nutrition, history, and cultures.
And now what?
PepsiCo Foundation granted enough money for this truck to make its way across the Los Angeles area over the next 3 years.
PepsiCo's commitment with Hurricane Harvey relief, specifically through Food for Good, is to provide 1 million meals. Through our Food for Good program, our infrastructure right here in our warehouse, together with our partners to help to source and pack those meals.
Yo estoy agradecida con lo que nos están ayudando.
My family migrated here from Cuba. I'm very proud of where I come from, very proud of my culture, and I think that it's important to kind of integrate that information and integrate that experience in the business world in general. I'd like to thank PepsiCo for giving us this opportunity to promote leadership and promote diversity within the legal profession.
It's really comforting that I can come to a place where people look like me, and if they can thrive, then that means I can thrive. Gracias, PepsiCo.
What a pleasure it is to be here with you today. I know many of you here, and I want you all to know that I would not be where I am without LULAC. Here's a short story. I remember it like it was yesterday. My mother walks into my room the summer before my senior year of high school, and she says, Rebecca, puedes ir al colegio. Lo vi en Univision. She said, you can go to college now. I saw it on Univision. They passed some law where your immigration status doesn't matter. So the next fall, I stepped on the University of Texas campus as one of the first round, Longhorns, as one of the first round of undocumented students entering a 4-year university in the state of Texas. There was no DACA. The term dreamer didn't exist. And at first I kept my head down, but then the hostility began. We saw stories in the paper about all these illegals attending schools. Bills introduced to repeal the law, citizen militia groups on the border here in Arizona and in Texas, the famous Sensenbrenner bill. So one day a friend invited me to a Longhorn LULAC meeting. Is Longhorn LULAC in the house? And there was the president of the council was a dynamic young woman from El Paso, Texas. It was through LULAC that I learned many of the career-building skills that I still use today: communications, messaging, logistics, project management. And when a radical student group organized an event that was meant to hunt immigrant students on campus, our LULAC council was there to counter. When we organized our first march in Austin, it was Brent Wilkes with LULACs who gave us the funding for the buses. It was Linda Chavez and the Austin councils who showed up. It was the San Antonio LULAC councils who filled the buses. It was Gabriel Rosales and the women with the hats, Rosa Rosales and Angie, who led the crowd in chants. It was Ray de los Santos and Adrian Rodriguez, who told us, the young adults, who not only told us, but they treated us like we were the leaders. It was Belen Robles, who we admired for being the first woman president of this organization. It was North Texas leaders like Selmi Carrillo and Shannon Perez who mentored others. It was Hector Flores we saw on national news every day, countering the anti-Latino rhetoric we saw. All of these experiences have led me to where I am today with PepsiCo. Today, as Director of Government Affairs for Pepsi, I manage state and local government relations in 7 states, and I am so proud to be a part of a company that gives back to the Latino community. We know that this is a critical time in our country, a moment when we are navigating a complex, divisive social, political, and economic landscape, and leadership from all of us is in demand. PepsiCo is proud of our more than 40-year partnership with LULAC, and we are proud to stand with you in your mission because we know our communities are stronger when we lift up all our shared values. It's why we invest in the Cesar Chavez Foundation to provide scholarships for students regardless of status. It's why we've invested in efforts like Diplomas Now to boost high school and college graduation rates for 64,000 African American and Latino students. It's why we support DACA and comprehensive immigration reform. It's why our employees are contributing to help children separated from their parents. It's why we've donated millions of dollars to help rebuilding efforts post-Hurricane Harvey and Hurricane Maria. So LULAC, thank you for your leadership for these past 89 years. Thank you for your leadership in growing our talent pool with our youth and young adult councils. That dynamic young woman who was our Longhorn LULAC president, she's now State Representative Mary Gonzalez, who serves on the Appropriations Committee and is the Vice Chair of Agriculture. This is the leadership result of LULAC. Thank you for the opportunity to be a partner on matters important to all of us, and we are so proud to share this special conference with you. Que vivan las mujeres.
Good afternoon. Thank you for the introduction and the warm welcome. I'm honored to be here in Phoenix representing Wells Fargo as first-time sponsors of this conference and this amazing luncheon. Congratulations on a highly successful conference and for your years of admirable work empowering and advocating for all Hispanics across the U.S. Thank you to the Board of Directors and the many of you who made this conference possible. This luncheon is an incredible moment of pride and inspiration as we take time to recognize the great accomplishments of and opportunities for Latinas. And while this luncheon is a celebration of your countless accomplishments, we still have a long journey to continue to improve our communities and ourselves. We're proud to be on this path with you as you continue to reimagine and reposition your organization to serve a new reality in America. Much like Wells Fargo is rebuilding trust to better serve our stakeholders, customers, team members, and communities. In 2017, Wells Fargo contributed close to $300 million to nearly 15,000 nonprofits, educational programs, and schools. That includes $63 million to organizations specifically serving the Hispanic community. We volunteered more than 2 million hours in our communities, awarded nearly $15 million in support of diverse small businesses, stood alongside dreamers, urging Congress to find a permanent legislative solution. And importantly, our Hispanic workforce stood strong and is growing at all levels of the company, more than 45,000 strong. In the past couple of years, Wells Fargo pledged to originate $125 billion in mortgages for the Hispanic community and helped more than 87,000 families become homeowners. Together, as allies in this journey, we can continue to help the Hispanic community grow, prosper, and lead. We wish you much success. Gracias.
Buenas tardes, familia. How's everybody doing? I just want to say thank you to the entire LULAC team and a special shout out to Lourdes and the lovely ladies of LULAC. Let's give them a round of applause. It is such an honor to be a part of the Hall of Fame luncheon and acknowledge the amazing contribution these outstanding women have made. At your table, you have a special gift from Chevrolet, a woman's makeup bag that you or someone special in your life can use. I am honored to be here today on behalf of General Motors and Chevrolet, as well as representatives from GM's global captive finance company, GM Financial, and our special nonprofit partner, Safe Kids. And I would ask our table to please stand till we can acknowledge the entire team that's here. Please stand. At GM, we understand the importance of familia and the leading role that Latinas play in it. We know you are concerned about your family's safety and providing for them, which is why we are speaking with you today. In 2018, Chevrolet became the only brand to earn J.D. Power Dependability Awards for cars, trucks, and SUVs for 3 years in a row now, as well as a 5-star overall vehicle rating from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, giving Chevrolet the highest possible score for crash worthiness and rollover safety. Can I get a round of applause for Chevrolet? So I would please ask you to visit your local Chevrolet store the next time you are in the market. I think you will be pleasantly surprised by the many stylish alternatives to meet your family needs, in addition to knowing the people you love will be a little safer. Even if you don't drive a Chevrolet, we want to talk to you about safety. If you visit our Chevy booth at the Expo, you can speak with our partners at Safe Kids, who will share valuable information regarding your child's car seat, as well as discuss distracted driving with you and your teenage drivers. Safe Kids and GM have partnered with the local LULAC chapter in Arizona to provide further support in the Arizona community, giving over 200 car seats away this last weekend and another event scheduled for the fall. However, we're also here to further empower Latinos. GM Financial is in the house, and they have designed a workshop aimed at increasing financial literacy for consumers. We all understand Latino purchasing power, over $1.5 trillion. We know how to spend money, that's for sure. But what have we done to secure and understand our own financial well-being? Please join us after lunch today at 3:30 for keys to unlocking a smarter financial future. GM Financial will lead a live trading program that provides critical financial education and resources on the basics of saving, budgeting, credit building, vehicle finance that ultimately empowers upward social mobility. Help us help you build a strong financial foundation. Room 121B, just in case you can make it. In closing, I would like to share a TV spot showcasing our Caliente product. Thank you for listening, and we appreciate your consideration when it comes to buy or finance a new vehicle. Be safe, and most importantly, be Latina strong.
¿Cuánto tiempo llevan juntos?
3 meses.
4 meses.
3 meses.
Les voy a mostrar estas 3 SUVs. Esta es la Chevy Trax, ideal para recién casados. ¿Cuándo se van a casar?
Es la pregunta todos los días, no me dice.
La Equinox es un poco más grande y es perfecta para cuando tengan su primer hijo.
El tamaño es perfecto.
Y aquí tenemos la Traverse, la SUV ideal para cuando tengan 6 hijos.
Si me vas a comprar una camioneta como esa, ya mismo te digo que sí.
Chevy tiene un SUV para cada etapa de tu vida.
Thank you. Good afternoon. It's a great privilege to represent Hilton at this year's LULAC National Convention here in Phoenix, and we're very proud to be a co-sponsor of this year's Women's Luncheon and the Orgullo de Phoenix LGBTQ reception later this evening. I'd like to congratulate LULAC on celebrating 89 years of dedicated service and support of the Hispanic community. I would like to acknowledge Roger Rocha, Cindy Benavides, the hardworking board of directors, councils around the country, and the staff for their strong ongoing contributions to LULAC and the Hispanic community at large. Please help me thank them with a round of applause. With 5,300 hotels in 106 countries and territories, Hilton is fully committed to providing an inclusive workforce that represents the many different cultures, backgrounds, and values that we serve in our hotels every single day. We support Conrad Hilton's vision to fill the earth with the light and warmth of hospitality by delivering exceptional experiences every hotel, every guest, every time. We know our team members are at the heart of our success. This is why we are continually looking for ways to enhance their work experience. As a result, Hilton recently announced industry-leading parental leave, adoption assistance, bereavement leave, GED and apprenticeship programs, flexible work schedules for all full-time employees in our corporate offices and at our properties in the U.S. Because of the strong commitment to diversity and inclusion, this year we were not only named by Diversity Inc. in the U.S. as one of the top 10 companies for diversity, but Fortune recognized us as one of the best multinational workplaces in the world, best workplaces for diversity and best workplaces for women in the U.S. From our hotel properties to our corporate offices, approximately 1/3 of our entire workforce in the U.S. is Hispanic. This is why we're so proud that Latino Leaders, Latina Style, Latino Magazine, and Hispanic Network Magazine has named Hilton as an employer of choice for the Latino community, and we take great pride in this recognition. We fully support the organization, thank you. We fully support the organization's efforts, and your focus on the Hispanic community is aligned with our company's mission, vision, and values. So in the spirit of partnership, we look forward to strategically collaborating with you for many years to come. Thank you. Have a great conference. Bye-bye.
Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, we're going to try one more time. Good afternoon, everyone. Oh, that's so much better. Thank you. I am so thrilled to be here today, to be among so many accomplished women. First, I'd like to congratulate all of the incredible honorees today, whose contributions to LULAC and communities around the country will have a lasting impact. I'd also like to thank Cindy Buenavides for the opportunity to be a partner at this year's luncheon and spend a few minutes with you this afternoon. Charter is so proud to support an organization that has believed in and fostered the power of Latinos for over 80 years. This year's convention theme of Together We Rise is applicable to the work that we need to do together, and in particular as women of color, to support each other's advancement in the workplace. Currently, there are more women than men in this country, and communities of color continue to grow steadily. Latina participation in the labor force, for example, continues its upward trend, almost doubling in the past 2 decades. Yet women, and especially women of color, are still paid less, promoted at a lower rate, and often have to deal with bias on a regular and consistent basis. For everyone to have a chance at success, companies and organizations must be invested in more than just diversity, but true inclusion as well. Inclusion means that we recognize, that we value, that we fully appreciate different perspectives and backgrounds as part of the work that we do each and every day. I joined Charter as the Chief Diversity Officer because I wanted to be part of a company that is committed to investing in women and in people of color. I want to be part of an organization that will create a future where all voices will be heard. Together with LULAC, we feel that we are well on our way. LULAC has been an integral partner for Spectrum Internet Assist, which is a program that provides affordable, high-speed broadband internet for low-income families and seniors, as well as our Spectrum Digital Education program, which builds digital literacy through workshops and events. LULAC's partnership is making it possible for thousands of Latinos and Latinas across the country to access these programs. Latino consumers make up the largest segments of Charter's top markets in California, Texas, Florida, and in New York. And in response to that sizable customer base, we have one of the largest lineups of Spanish language programming in the nation and a significant number of Latino-specific English language programming offerings. We are also actively working to create partnerships with Latino-owned businesses and the leading chambers of commerce to enhance our supplier diversity efforts. In our effort to create more jobs in the communities that we serve, we've launched Spanish language call centers in McAllen and San Antonio, and we are well on our way to creating over 600 new jobs by the end of this year. Early in my career, I became accustomed to not seeing people in higher leadership positions who looked like me. And I realized that I had an obligation to try to do my part to change things. And with the important work of organizations like LULAC, I am so confident that we will see many more Latinas and women of color leading the way. We know that different perspectives and experiences not only spur innovation, but they add richness, diversity, and strength to our communities and our broader nation. We still may have challenges ahead, but I know that together, through our partnership with organizations like LULAC, we can and we will rise. Thank you very much.